Yes, another question?
Yes, question. Tell me about mouthpieces. Do they make a difference? And what about mouthpiece buzzing?
All right. Mouthpieces make more of a difference on playing a trumpet than anything else. Um, Bob Reeves came up with a thing called a gap, thinking that it makes a difference. Does it? Yes, to a certain degree. Most shanks will meet most receivers of most trumpets. So that's usually not a problem. But if there is a problem, that can be changed. Um, Standard mouthpiece brands, gosh. It all started out to be Bach, Schilke, and now there's literally hundreds. Get a mouthpiece that works for you. Try dozens of them. Staying within certain sizes, the standard Bach 7C was the standard for years. 5C, 3C get a little larger in inside diameter. Schilke, the higher the number, the wider the diameter. I have a Schilke 14. I've got about 10 of them. I love them. They're great. All-purpose mouthpieces. This mouthpiece, I think, can do anything and everything. Within general parameters, low to high, seriously high, something different. We'll talk more about that. I have high note mouthpieces for specific range and efficiency and brilliance in cutting, but generally, finding a good mouthpiece is so quintessential in being able to allow you to perform your best, both in terms of efficiency, comfort, ease, response, sound, pitch, and endurance in all registers. Mouthpiece buzzing is a very debatable concept. Some people, my first trumpet teacher, Dr. James Odie, was a big mouthpiece buzzer. I did that in the beginning, and I didn't understand much about it, and I just kind of did it because he told me to. Later on, I fell out of love with it and figured it had no real value to me. Because after all, you play the trumpet, you don't play the mouthpiece. Charlie Davis once said that, and a trumpet player named John Lewis, years ago, this is 29 years ago, told me he studied briefly with Charlie, and Charlie said, yeah, he's not into mouthpiece buzzing. You play the trumpet, not the mouthpiece, and I always believed that myself. The trumpet has an inherent sense of tubing and resistance that the mouthpiece doesn't have. So really, you've got a whole different set of principles that you're up against when you play. Having said that, Charlie did study, along with Jerry Hay, Gary Grant, and Larry Hall, and various other hundreds of people, thousands of people, with Bill Adam out of the University of Indiana, that was into playing the lead pipe. Well, that kind of makes a little more sense, because there's an inherent resistance in the lead pipe that mimics the trumpet a little more closely than just the mouthpiece alone. I just recently came into buzzing the mouthpiece and found that, or discovered for myself, that it actually works and helps my trumpet playing immensely. It helps me sort of dial in my buzz, the centering of my airstream, and just sort of loosens me up a little bit more. I don't know why. I don't play like sometimes I find myself where I'm playing, I'm getting no sound at all. I don't get a buzz. I try to shoot for more buzz than air to dial in my aperture, but it doesn't mean that it's real. Because again, once you plug it in, you can just go. There's no buzz here because there's not enough response, kicking back pressure and resistance enough to stimulate the vibrating surface. There's a physical reason for all that. I won't get into the physics of it all. I'm just saying that it doesn't mimic it perfectly, but for me it's been helping when I try to play the mouthpiece. And I don't play it very well. Sometimes it's like... I don't get the sound on it. It's not coming out very well. Well, if I relax a little bit, come back to it, it starts to get better and better and better. The overall factor, it does improve my trumpet playing performance. The bottom line, and I will state this clearly, and any trumpet player can attest to this, and if they disagree with it, call me personally. If you can play the mouthpiece, you can play the trumpet. Fact. If you can buzz the mouthpiece and get a decent sound, you can play the trumpet. Because at that point, the trumpet basically becomes an amplifier to the mouthpiece. Just having some fun, folks. That's what the trumpet's all about. That's it for right now. Talk later.